Happy Thursday and welcome to episode 10 of Makelight Live. I took the last 2 Thursdays off as part of the Easter holiday break that I took with my children, but I am back today and we will now be into our regular schedule of every Thursday at 12 o'clock again. So I have really missed doing this, but it was really lovely to take some time off, and I'm going to be talking about not only how I've kind of designed my year to be able to take the holidays off with my children, but also about the huge benefit that it is having on my work as well, which I kind of wasn't really expecting when I set myself this kind of target of the year. So I want to share that with you because I think it is really interesting and hopefully really inspiring as well. So I will be talking to you about that, and I will also be sharing my 3 favourite things of the week. But I would also love to hear from you if you have any questions, either about what I'm talking about or any questions that you want to ask me today. So if you are watching this live and you have a question, then please pop it underneath this video and I will reply to that at the end of the session. If you are watching this on repeat, either on YouTube, on the Facebook page or on the Makelight blog, and you have a question, then please do feel free to ask me the question as well, and I will type a reply back to you. So either leave it in the comments if you're watching on YouTube or on the Makelight blog, or leave it in the comment underneath this video if you are watching it on repeat. The weather here is amazing in London and the UK this week, so I totally understand if you are outside trying to soak up all the vitamin D that we have really been lacking so far this year. It is really lovely. So I don't blame you if you are sitting down to watch this evening or at a later time. But hopefully there are some of you joining in with me live. If you are watching live and you want to say hello, then that would be lovely to hear from you as well. So what I'm going to talk to you about is the way that I designed my year, or tried to design my year at the beginning of the year, and also how I am really benefiting from having this time off. So if you don't know, I have 4 children and they are all at school. And over the years, like each year, I've tried to keep adapting my work, looking at how I'm working to try and spend as much of the holidays with my children as I can. So school children have a lot of holiday. So we get, in the UK, we get a week off every 6 to 7 weeks, which is the half-term week. And then we get 2 weeks at Easter and Christmas, and then we get 6 to 7 weeks in the summer. So it's a lot of holiday, and so it's quite a big ask if you're running your own business or if you're working for someone else. It's kind of impossible if you're working for someone else unless you are a teacher or you work in a school situation to get that much time off. But if you work for yourself, it is equally as challenging because you're trying to build a business and have time off with your children, and it's all a bit of a juggle. But I decided at the beginning of the year that I really wanted to try and take as much time off as I could during the school holidays with my children as possible. And I realised that if I was going to do this, then I would have to design the way that I work to kind of scoop up the week or 2 weeks that I'm taking off. So when I plan my work now, I plan it in half terms or in a term. So now that we're back after Easter, I'm already thinking about the week towards the end of May. I think it's the very last bit of May and the first bit of June. So that's our next half term. So I'm already thinking, okay, what content do I need to produce? What do I need to be doing ahead of being able to take that week off? And I really want to take the whole of that week off if possible. I will still be checking my emails unless I have someone doing that for me, which is something that I'm looking at doing very soon. But if no one is handling my emails, then I will be checking in with my emails and my social media each day, but it will be a limited amount of time, and then I'll be taking the rest of that week off with my children. So I'm already kind of looking ahead as to what I need to do, what extra work I need to do each week until then to be able to take that week off, and also to be looking ahead at the week after that so that I'm not coming back from that half term in a state of panic because I've got lots of things on. So I look at the week of the holiday, and then I look at the week after, and I look at what I need to do, and I plan my work as much as I can in advance so that I'm scooping up all of that work into the coming weeks. And I'm also looking way ahead at the summer holidays, because I really want to try and take as much of those 6 weeks off as I possibly can. Definitely 4 weeks, and I would really like to be able to take, if I could, I'd love to take the whole 6 weeks off with my children. But we shall see what ends up happening. But I am really looking ahead at that and thinking, what do I need to do? What do I need to produce? How much content do people want to be having during that time as well? And how I can manage that. So that's how I'm doing it. I'm kind of looking ahead. If you have listened to previous Makelight live sessions, or you've read things on the blog, or you're a Makelight member, you will know that I'm a massive fan of batching my tasks, so that I can look at what videos, what podcasts, what blog posts, what images I need for this time, and be scooping up those into things that I'm making now. So if I'm recording a podcast this week, then can I squeeze in recording a couple more that I can then use in the holidays? So that's the kind of way that I'm working to enable me to take that time off. Now, in the first half term of the year, so that was back in February, I took the week off with my children. I think I worked one day. I think I had 4 days off and I worked one day. And that was all very lovely, and we had a nice time, and I was really happy that I'd achieved what I wanted to do. The children were really happy because they got the majority of the time off with me, and that was all really great. Now, the same thing happened at Easter. I managed to take the majority of the time off with my children. I took the whole of the first week off, and then the second week I took most of it off. I did a little bit of work. I think it was on 3 days. I had some childcare, but it was a small amount of childcare, which meant that I still got to spend time with my children. Now, what I didn't realise was going to happen during this time is that because I'm taking time off, I'm obviously having all the benefits of taking time off, of relaxing, of recharging, of having that time with the family, of kind of doing stuff around the house that needed to be done, of going out, going on holiday. So all of that obvious kind of benefit that I was expecting to have. Oh, sorry, the sound is on my laptop. Let me just turn that off. I need to turn it off anyway when I get your questions up. So I was expecting to have all of those kind of obvious health benefits and feeling more relaxed and all of that. So that I was kind of given as that was a really good thing that I was doing for myself. What I didn't realise that it was going to give me is really, really good time to think about what I'm doing with my work, what I'm doing with my business, what I am passionate about, what I am planning for the future. I didn't realise just how much kind of headspace it would give me for that kind of thing, without any of it being forced, without it being a big planning meeting, without it kind of being a structured thing. It was just that, I would be relaxed in the evening and I would think, oh gosh, you know what I've been thinking about? I've been thinking about X, Y, and Z. And we had a long train journey down to Devon, and then my husband joined us for the last bit of Devon, and then we went on to Cornwall, and then a huge long journey driving back from Cornwall, which meant I had time on those journeys as well to be thinking, to be reflecting, to be talking to my husband, who I work with a lot at Makelight, and who's very much a part of it behind the scenes. And it really, really, really helped me to kind of come back with a plan, with things really thought out, with having taken that time away, to think in a different way. So I do spend time every week thinking about what I'm doing, looking forward, making sure that I'm on the right track, all of that. But it feels a little bit more kind of organised. Okay, it's Friday afternoon, you now need to spend half an hour brainstorming on what you're doing and what's coming next and how everything's going. This was much more fluid, much more calm, and worked so much better because I was just calmer. I'd had rest and sleep and time out, and it just really, really, really helped me. And I feel like I have come back from taking, almost 2 weeks off. I know I was doing bits and bobs during those 2 weeks, but pretty much taken 2 weeks off. I feel like I've actually done 2 months worth of planning and really thinking and strategic thinking, and I have a much, much clearer vision of what I'm doing next, and I really, really wasn't expecting that. So I feel like the bonus of taking the time off has like been that now I am really ready to kind of get stuck into the next phase of Makelight. I've thought some things through that I was going to release without as much thought as they've now had, but all feeling kind of nice and calm and not forced or stressed or rushed or squeezed into, you know, little moments of time while I'm trying to do everything. And I just really realised that although I took the time off to be with my children and to benefit my family and to benefit, you know, the whole reason I have like 4 children is because I love my children, I love spending time with them, I love family, and so the thought of just always working every holiday was just not, it wasn't sitting very well with me. So although that's the reason I set everything up to be like this for this year and to really try and design my working life around the school holidays, the school day, I didn't realise that I was going to have this massive added bonus of having this time, regular time off. So to be able to work in like a 6 to 7 week chunk and then have this kind of almost like a week of reflection and thinking about what I'm doing, while also enjoying time with my children and my husband and, you know, time pottering around my house. So I just wanted to share that with you today because I think that we all know how important it is to take time off. You know, we all know, oh yes, you know, you should have your weekends, and it's not always possible. You know, I try not to work at the weekends, but I often have to be able to sort of squeeze things in. But I'm now really realising not only the sort of obvious health benefits of not working all the time, and the amazing benefits of designing my work so that I can spend as much time with my children as I can, but also, you know, if you don't have children, to be regularly to schedule in time off. And it doesn't mean you have to go on holiday. It could just be that, you know, you just decide that you are only going to work for 5 days a week, and those weekends are going to be off and offline and off away. And then your ideas will start flowing and you'll start to hopefully, you know, think more clearly about what you're doing and where you're going. And I just hope that that inspires you to make sure that you have regular time off, or think about how you can structure your work to enable you to have this downtime that will then have probably, I hope, fingers crossed for you if it works like it did for me, just start everything kind of flowing and you're thinking in different ways and bigger ways, and then you're all ready to come back re-energized and refreshed and ready to keep growing your thing. So I hope that is useful and inspiring. If anyone has any questions then about this or about anything else, then please do type your question underneath this video, especially if you are watching live, so I can answer your questions in a moment. But now I'm going to share my 3 favorite things of this week with you. So the first one is because the weather is so very lovely here. Oh my goodness, we literally haven't had any sunshine, I think, all year, which is unusual. You know, normally we have a nice bit, and maybe we did have a couple of days of, now I can't really remember, we've just had so much rain. So to have the sunshine, and to not only have sunshine but have really warm, I mean, it's like summer out there. You know, I had to quickly find the shorts for my boys this morning. We all had to put all our sun cream on, like it's properly hot. We don't always get it this hot in the summer in the UK, so this is a heat wave. And because of that, and to celebrate that, I thought it was the perfect time to share these sunglasses that my friend Catherine Hollywell from A Wonder for a While, I will link her underneath, but I'll also link where she got these from. She bought these for me as the most adorable gift, and they're from WeFresh, which is one of the companies owned by the sisters that run A Beautiful Mess, which is one of my favourite blogs and my favourite women, inspiring women on the internet. Love what they do with their stories, with their Instagram account or their blog posts, and they're super inspiring because they have these businesses that have come out of their blogging, which I think is really inspiring and exciting. And these sunglasses are so fun, so I'll just put these on, there we go, I should do a live in sunglasses in the summer at some point, but these are super cute. So I'm looking forward to many a photo shoot with those over the summer. So those are my wee fresh glasses. I'm also really loving this book called The Gratitude Diaries. Now, I'm a massive fan of gratitude practice. It's something that I've been doing for, I think, 2 or 3 years now, but definitely for 2 years as a very regular daily thing. And I've had a few challenging things to deal with recently, which I will talk more about in the future. But I cannot believe how important my gratitude practice has been for this time, because it's all very well, you know, when things are going really well for you, and you think, oh, well, you know, I'm listing my three things I'm grateful for today, and this is all very good because life is jolly. But it's really when things don't go so well that you realise how wonderful it is that you have been doing that, because even on the worst day, you can still find 3 things that you're grateful for, and it really does work in picking you up and giving you that constant positive attitude, even if things are not going so well. And so even on a bad day, you can definitely find 3 things to be grateful for, I know. And it is a super practice to do. And so I was talking about how I'm so grateful that I do this. And my friend Catherine Frawley recommended this book that she has been reading. So I thought it would be a great book to pick up and start reading, and then I can talk more about it to you guys. And I just thought I should share it straight away, because if you don't practice gratitude and you are thinking whether it's for you or not, or you just want, you know, this inspiration from someone who got stuck in, then this book is really great. So I will link all the things that I talk about will be linked underneath, so you can go and have a look for yourself. I don't know if this is available on Audible, but I find that I will have a look to see if it is available on Audible. Audible is a brilliant app where you can listen to books on the go, and I just find it so very useful. I get through so many more books than I would do if I was reading them, because when I'm walking, like when I walk to school, when I'm going down to the school to pick my children up, I listen, then that's another 10 minutes of a book read. I listen when I'm travelling, I listen to it when I'm on the tube. I listen to it really regularly, and I can get through books at a rate on Audible that I can't sitting down to read a book. I do also have I have a book that is kind of on the go, physical book, and then I have one that I'm listening to on Audible as well. I do love reading books, but I often find that I either forget to take my book, or I fall asleep reading it in the evening, or whatever. So I really recommend Audible if you don't use it. So that's like a 4th thing, because I've got another thing. Audible was a tangent recommendation. So I will put the link, and I'll check if it's on Audible too, and put the link in there for you on that. My final favourite thing of the week is a big packet of crepe paper for Crepe Paper flowers, and I'm really excited to have bought Leah Griffith's crepe paper for paper flower making. And I've decided that I always look at these like great displays of crepe paper flowers, and they do take hours and hours to make. So I've decided to kind of have a little station where I am regularly, like every day, I can create a little bit more. So even if I can't sit down and do like a whole hour or 2 hours of making flowers, I can just do 10 minutes and be slowly over time building up a collection of flowers for many things that I have ideas for that I want to create them for. But I'm really excited. Leah is a friend of mine. She's based in Portland in Oregon, and she has an amazing site with loads of creative projects that you can do, and she also makes wonderful paper flowers. And her crepe paper packages you can now buy in the UK on Amazon. Obviously you can buy them in the US if you're based in the US, but I just love all the shades that you get in the pack, so I'm very excited about this. And I will be posting what I'm up to over on Instagram and over on this Facebook page as well. So I wanted to share it with you, not only to share with you if you're interested in doing paper flowers, how cool it is, but also to give me some encouragement. I've now announced that I'm making these paper flowers, so now I have to do it. So accountability via my Makelight Live is always really helpful. So there are my 3 recommendations for the week. So I'm now just going to see if any of you have any questions. I just need to have a look over on my laptop because it's hard to read them on my iPad. So I'll just load it up and see if you have any questions. But if you do have any questions and you haven't put your question in, then just put it underneath for me and I can answer that for you, or do my best to answer it. I'm just going to open it up. Sorry, my laptop is being slow. I think it's the heat because it's so warm in here. Even with the door open, it's really, really hot and my laptop starts to go more and more slowly. So let's have a look. Just should be getting your questions any second now. Come on. Here we go. Okie dokie. Here we go. Okay, so Megan is here for the first time. So hello Megan, it's lovely to have you here. And Abby's here. Oh, and Jill has been visiting Sally, or seeing Sally, Sally Howe, which is really lovely. I love it when Makelight people get together. And Penny's here, and Chrissy is here. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And Sally's watching me in the garden, which is really lovely. So, and Penny said she loves making paper flowers, and Leah's crepe paper is fabulous because they are such subtle colours. And I really agree. I'm always attracted to brighter colour crepe paper, and then I make flowers from it and think it doesn't look very natural. And that's why I love Leah's collection, because they do really look like colours that you find in nature. So it really helps with the kind of the flower making. So yeah. Abby's been using the 5-minute journal app for gratitude practice, which is, yes, I had forgotten about that app actually. And if you're not a pen or paper person, I'm a massive pen and paper person, but if you're not, or you don't always manage to kind of have a notebook with you, then it can be really great to have something where you can just put it on your phone. I know that sometimes, especially if my children are having difficulty sleeping, and so I've ended up going up to bed like much earlier than planned, or like before I've got myself organised, then I will just write my things on the notes on my phone, so even if they don't go into my book, they have been written down. So having a 5-minute journal app sounds a great idea, so that's a really great recommendation for that. Thank you for that, Abby, and thank you for putting the link in there. That's really cool. Chrissy says, love talking books. Yes, me too. And all good. I'm just seeing if any of you have any questions. I'll just refresh that. So if you have any questions for me about anything that I've talked about, then please do pop the question in. If I don't get your question in time, or if you're watching this again, either on YouTube or on the Facebook page or the Makelight blog, then you can just still ask me a question and I will type in the answer for you, so don't worry about that. I don't think I have any questions this week, which is fine. I have been away for a couple of weeks and I did forget to advertise and announce that I was going to be here today in advance, so I apologise for that, but I am back now. So every Thursday at 12 I am on the Facebook page with a new topic and 3 more things that I am loving, and I'm always here to answer your questions as well. So if you suddenly think of a question when this is finished, then you can save it up for next Thursday when I will be back here with more. I'm just going to check in case anyone has asked anything, but I don't think you have, unless I just can't see it. I'll just wait a little bit longer just in case. I am going to be announcing a new free course for May, and I'm not going to say very much about it now, but I'm going to say that it starts on May the 8th. and it will run for 2 weeks, and I will be telling you all about it. Hopefully I'll be able to tell you about it next week, but if not, I will be telling you about it very, very soon. So if you want to pop that in your diary as a mystery Makelight thing that I think you'll all really benefit from, it starts on the 8th of May and it's free to join in, and I'll be sharing the link for you to sign up with that for that. I think I'm going to say fingers crossed next week, but sometimes things take longer. Technology and all that takes longer than you think, and so it might be the week after, but very, very soon. So the 8th of May, I will be starting that just after our first May bank holiday here in the UK. So I don't think you have any more questions for me today, but thank you for sharing the things that you shared, and thank you for joining me. And I hope that you get some sunshine where you are and you can enjoy it. I'm definitely going to spend some time working in the garden this afternoon before I go down to school to pick up 4 sweaty kids. I would definitely need to be getting ice cream on the way home today, I think. So take care, everyone. Thank you so much again for joining me, and I will see you again next week for episode 11. Take care. Bye-bye.